Filter what matters. Let go of the noise.
Good morning. I'm having a small little, not setback, but I'll talk about it on my other page. That's where I normally talk about just my regular life. This is my nail page, so I'm going to focus, okay? I just woke up. I normally wake around 4. I woke up at 4 when my alarm went off, but I sat in bed like a lazy motherfucker. So let's shake that off, move forward with our day, and let's make something happen. I normally try my best to wake up at, I normally do my best waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. That is my favorite time of the day, is waking up at 4 a.m. If I don't wake up at 4 a.m., I feel defeated. So that's why I do it. And then plus I can get so much done because if I wake up any later, I wouldn't be able to fix my nails for work. I wouldn't be able to be so detailed with my makeup. I wouldn't be able to have my hair ready. I wouldn't be the person I am when I walk out the door if I didn't wake up early. And plus, I love working out and reading early in the morning while the world is shutting the fuck up. This is the only time the world is shutting the fuck up. So we back at it. Let me show y'all what nails are broken. I literally broke these nails leaving work. I was so upset. I wasn't upset. I don't really get upset. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel the emotion of anger, but I really don't get upset. So I'm missing 3 nails, 2 thumbs and a pinky. I literally broke these nails leaving work. So I was really just like in of it. Okay. I was supposed to be on live at 4 o'clock when I woke up, but I sat in bed a little longer and gave myself excuses to be lazy. So to tomorrow, which is always a new day, I'm always planning ahead, even though I know tomorrow is more than 24 hours away. It's still convenient for me to plan for it. So tomorrow, I'm not going to give myself any excuses to lay in the bed. As soon as my alarm go off, I get up, turn the light on, I sit here and do what needs to be done. So tomorrow, y'all can honestly expect me at 8 o'clock. There's no talking myself out of it tomorrow. Because once you realize what you're doing, once you're aware of what you're doing, you have no choice but to make it right. And if you don't, then you're choosing to be in ignorance. And even if I am ignorant, I choose to learn instead of dwelling inside of it. So let's fix these nails. I'm really ready to practice my spiral nails. I think today is Sunday. Well, I thought today was Monday. I was like, oh, I'm not going to work tomorrow anyway. Girl, get your ass up. You ain't going to work today. But I'm not going to work Tuesday. I'm not gonna go in. I'm gonna go get my hair done, go get my car detailed, and I'm going to go to dance practice. So I will not be working tomorrow. So my last day of practice, and this discipline that I'm practicing is an everyday thing. So I don't want to really skip a day. Even on days off, I still want to wake up at 4 o'clock and get myself together so I can be ready for the day. Because what if I feel like going outside or going to the store? I'll be prepared for that. So that's where I am with my life. I hope y'all are doing just as well. I wonder what time it is in other places right now. Because I'm in America, Georgia. You know, it's like 5 different time zones inside of Georgia already. I'm ready, really ready to practice my spiral nails. That's going to be the highlight of all the YouTube, telling you. For me at least. So when I think about me not waking up at 4, well, I did wake up at 4. I just didn't get out the bed till 5. I just sat there. Because if you know the brain has a couple of stages it has to get through before you're fully awake. And honestly, it simply takes you just getting up and moving your body, and your brain will wake completely up. But I made excuses for the brain by saying, hey, these stages need to be completed this way. And it just naturally made me lazy. So I didn't get out the bed till literally 4, and I scrolled on Instagram for a whole hour. And when I realized I was scrolling on Instagram for a whole hour, I'm like, okay, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. You're on Instagram, bitch. Get out the bed and do what you need to do. So it definitely convinced me Um, because to me, a whole hour is a lot of time. In an hour, I could have read my book, I could have worked out, and I could have did Spanish. So wasting that time is very, it's not fulfilling. So I like to feel fulfilled. I like to feel like I'm doing something with myself. So the only way I can do that is if I practice discipline. If I don't practice discipline, I feel like a failure. That's just the reality for me. I used to wake up at 5 in the morning, so this used to be like my permanent time. But then something told me, self was like, literally, myself was like, you gotta wake up at 4. I used to wake up at 5, but self was like, mm-mm, you gotta wake up at 4. So since then, I've been waking up at 4, and it allots me so much time. The thing is, I have the human brain just like we all do, and I accuse time of being against me. So if I get off of work around, I can get off work whenever I want to get off work, but I choose to stay as long as possible. And the latest I can stay for self is 9 o'clock. I won't stay at work no longer than 9 p.m. because I like to be in bed at a certain time so I can wake up at 4 o'clock. If I go to bed at 12:01, I'm not waking up at 4, and I know that. So I try to avoid stupid decisions when I know what I really want to do. So I enjoy waking up at 4. So I tried my best to get off work at least at 9. Yesterday I had to stop and get me something to eat, so I got off work a little bit earlier so I can allot the time for eating and allot the time for so I can allot the time for eating and also allot the time for driving to the place and ordering the food. So I left work probably like 8:30, 8:40. I literally left money on the table at work yesterday because I forgot. I don't like people making me wait. So one customer said something that he attempted to make me wait. And when he said that, I moved on to the next motherfucker. And then to I moved on to the next person, and then um I left. And that person was waiting on me when I walked out and I realized I was leaving. They were still waiting on me. I'm like, what in the world? So that happened. But I'm definitely practicing being disciplined. I don't like being undisciplined. And I can say in many ways that but waking up early and disciplining myself has changed my attitude towards life. And when I say that, I mean not too much shit get past me anymore in real life. Like I really pay attention to a lot more stuff now. And it's really paying attention to myself because my actions and my words dictate my discipline. So so and it dictates my confidence because I feel like I'm doing what I said I would do. Do you know one reason when people ask, "Do you trust me?" One the reason I always say one, Malcolm X said, "Don't trust nobody." Malcolm X said, "Don't trust a motherfucker, not even yourself." And every time people be talking about trust and stuff, I say stuff like, I don't even trust myself. And I literally say that because do you know how often we lie to ourselves? So, how can you trust yourself when you lie to yourself so often? So, I want to gain trust with myself. I want to gain trust with my body. I want to gain trust with my brain. I want to gain trust with my lips. I want to gain trust with my fingers, with every part of me. So, regardless of how I feel, that's what I kept telling myself this morning because I literally been doing this for 3 days straight. Waking up early, I literally been doing it for 3 days straight now, waking up early. Normally I'd be like, oh, if I'm not going to work, I'm not waking up early or I sleep in. And I started to feel extremely lazy. I started to feel extremely lazy. So I had to become productive. And I want to gain that trust with my body. So I had to become productive. So if I tell my body I want to work out, that's what I'm gonna do. If I tell my body I want to lose weight, that's what I'm gonna do. Right now, I'm currently toning. I really don't want to lose weight. I want to kind of tone my body up. I want it to be not stiff, but I want it to be like I want my ass a little rounder, waist a little smaller, just certain things. But I'm only like yesterday, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and didn't get to work before. and I'm supposed to be working 12. I got to work at 4 o'clock yesterday, and I was gonna stay a little longer because I got to work late, but I didn't do it because it wasn't necessarily pointless. It was just I try to stay. I try to stay on my route. If I stay at work any later, I'm not gonna wake up at 4 o'clock, and I'm not gonna be ready for the next day. So no, I'd rather be ready for the day than sleep in. Because my pet peeve is going outside in pajamas. And I had got accustomed to it at one point, and I was like, okay, I'm just running to the store. But now in my head, I'm like, girl, get your ass up, do your makeup, even because it's no such thing as like non-glam makeup where I can literally just do my makeup without being so glamorous, but good enough for me to walk out the door. So it's just changing your daily habits. Changing your daily habits will create a better person. And I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like I make a lot more money now at work. I'm not gonna hold you. I rarely come across no's at work now. So because it builds confidence in yourself. Because you're doing the things that you said you wanted to do, and that builds confidence. And you know how they be like, confidence is faking it till you make it. That's not true. You can fake confidence all you want, but that don't mean you are confident. Confidence comes when you listen to yourself. It doesn't necessarily come because you're faking it, but it helps to fake confidence because if you fake, let's say, confidence is posture. So if you fake your posture, your body will not fake your posture. If you actually do the posture, it's just like if you're sad, if you if you're sad and you become aware that you are sad, you have to be aware of all things. That's the crazy part. If you become aware of so many things, you know you'll be using so much more of your brain. We don't even use our entire brain. So the more awareness you have, the more um, your brain is being used. So use your brain. So when you become aware of your emotions, so say if right now I felt really, really sad, really, really sad, all I have to do is simply smile. The brain is so stupid, but the brain is so smart. It's crazy how smart the brain is, but it's crazy how dumb the brain is. The brain is so smart that it knows everything already. You literally already know everything. You just have to dig deep enough to find it. You have to really talk to your brain and say, hey, tell me how the fuck to figure this out. And it will figure it out for you. So, but the brain is so stupid that it loves humor, but it hates it at the same time. That's how stupid the brain is. But it's such a beautiful object. It's such a beautiful part of anatomy. When I say it loves humor, the brain loves to laugh. It loves to smile. It loves to be happy. It loves to make you feel all these emotions. But at the same time, if you tell your brain you're broke, your brain is going to believe it. Even if you're not broke, it's going to believe it and it's going to start attracting broke things to you, even if it's a broken bike. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by the brain is so stupid, but the brain is so smart because the brain can manifest anything that you want it to. You just have to be disciplined. Above all, discipline is a very big quality for the brain. You have to be disciplined and you have to be aware of what the fuck is going on. Awareness creates awareness creates levels inside the subconscious. And the subconscious is where the magic is. When you're asleep, that's your most magical moments. Because the only thing that's working is literally your subconscious. How you think you're breathing? You're breathing because your subconscious is like, okay, this is something that needs to be done. That's what your subconscious is when you think of it. So if you want to see the difference between conscious and subconscious, being conscious is literally intentionally breathing. I don't know if y'all do that. They have a thing called conscious breathing. And that's a lot of people breathe with their mouths. A lot of people breathe with their mouths. And if you're a mouth breather, there's nothing wrong with